Hi, good morning. I'm Brian Weber, CEO of Bebida Beverage Company, Statesville, North Carolina. I'm here to share with you a few answers. I got some questions and answers over these last few weeks, and I gratefully apologize that I am unable to keep up with the workload at this moment, but it is our season, and of course our brand is growing very, very fast. Some of the questions that came in pertain to the limited information sign. There is really no excuse for that being downgraded. There was some paperwork that was filed incorrectly back in December. The OTC markets had missed it and approved it as it was submitted. Basically, it was submitted incorrectly and it was never caught. And quite frankly, it took us a few weeks to get it rectified because of the lawyer that was working with us on it was out of town, and we got it all straightened out. I expect the limited to be lifted probably no later than Monday of next week. We're recording this on Wednesday, and hopefully by Monday of next week the limited banner should be lifted and back to full reporting. A couple other questions are about number of stores we're delivering to. We as a company, the Bebida Beverage Company, we only deliver to probably 500 or 600 stores with our own manpower. That doesn't mean we have 500 or 600 stores. That means that those are the stores that we personally handle in-house with our own people that are contract labor. It's pretty unknown for me how many stores we have around the country. I suspect we have thousands. I know we have thousands of stores. I don't know how many stores we have. I do know that they grow daily. And on the KOMA Finder on the Facebook page and the new website will have tracking like that. I know that they'll be adding faster and faster as this year's going by very fast, but it is growing very fast as well. Some of the other questions. Are, how many shares are out? Currently, there's a bit over 6 billion shares issued. We recently brought on a major investor who bought a sizable amount of restricted stock because he truly believes that our business is going to be a Monster or Red Bull of the future. His acquisition of restricted stock only proves to the investors on the open market that we are real. His money is where his mouth is, and we're so happy to have him be part of our family. My intention is to be very close to closing out that portion of our life as far as the stock and the capitalization through stock. This investor and several other investors that we're talking with are not day traders. They're not interested in selling their positions for any foreseeable future. It's probably going to be in the 3 to 5 years before they even think about it. Their interest is to help in Bebida Beverage and Bebida Beverage in Europe, or BBevCo, Europe, Asia, Africa, to see the things happening on that side that are happening come to fruition over this next 12, 18 months. These investors have the ability to help us get to the finish line of the growth of this brand and these two companies. And our hope is that we'll be in half the countries in the world in the next 5 years. That's our objective, both domestically, Latin America, as well as Europe, Asia, and Africa. Celebrities. More and more we've found celebrities, but unfortunately, the value of the celebrity versus the value of putting a KOMA Unwind drink in someone's hand is pretty much a no-brainer. So this year, our our mission is to get drinks in hands. Starting in the next 2 weeks, aside from our activations with our motorsports, our fishing, our boat racing, our music groups, we will be doing massive amounts of drinks in hands. We will be hitting baseball stadiums with our KOMA Unwind tour bus, starting in Boston, New York, Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. will be our first swing, and we'll hope to give out 8,000 to 10,000 drinks or maybe more at each one of those stadiums, and to do major tailgating projects through the next 12 weeks. The second part of the trip will go through the South, which will be Alabama into Texas, And then the third leg of our project before Labor Day will be going into the Midwest, including Iowa, Chicago, Illinois, and Ohio. As much as I love the celebrities, the value of that is measurable only in the long term, and quite frankly, we don't have long term in our minds. We're looking long term, but we're focusing on short term. The J-Lo music video gave us a tremendous opportunity to share our brand with a superstar that's brought us tremendous opportunities around the world, but we don't have millions of dollars to place into celebrities' hands, and the celebrities that have come to us that love our drinks, quite frankly, they don't want any money. They just want our drinks. So we're going to keep working on that part of the business, but right now it's not going to be our major initiative. We will continue to do activations around the country, in the Southeast, ball games, again, rock festivals, summer festivals, autumn festivals. There's going to be a college campus tour kicking off in November after the election days. We're going to hit 10 or 12 major universities and give away 10,000 cans. And also we're co-oping that with another person that will be putting together a pizza and drinks project. We also, in the next 12 weeks, you'll be hearing more of our radio commercials. We're currently on Bob and Sherry, which is in 44 cities, but we will be launching on networks in Boston, Connecticut, New York City, Dallas, and several other regional markets. There's also an opportunity on my desk here to be on Delilah. That's something that we're weighing out our options here as we speak. The Cheech and Chong brand has had nothing but an enormous amount of interest. The ice cream, we went back to the drawing board. The functionality was spectacular, but we weren't completely happy with the quality of the ice cream. So we did go back to the drawing board and come up with a better profile that is an absolute premium ice cream. The packaging is getting very, very close to being complete, and we hope to be in production no later than 3 to 4 more weeks, about 3 to 4 weeks later than we expected. We're hopeful to have full production by the end of July, if not by the second or third week of July. We will have a large quantity of 4-ounce samples being made for upcoming trade shows in Las Vegas and in California. A couple other questions are about some of our big distribution partners. Almost all of the distribution partners we have are still working with us. Distribution in some markets, especially merchandise distribution partners, vary based on their customers, but almost all of our distributors are helping or still participating or want to participate in distribution of our products. We are going to probably be cycling through different ones and changing, which is a normal process as different opportunities present. Some come in and some go out, but we always looking forward to the best opportunity for the KOMA Unwind brand and the Relax 5 brand, and now the other products that we have. On a side note, we are discontinuing the Piranha Water, as the product is in an extremely tight margin business, and quite frankly is not enough margin for us to go after it anymore. It takes up too much space, takes too much time, and we really are going to be the global leader of relaxation drinks and shots for probably the next 1,000 years. So I feel like that's where we do the best job, and we're going to stay in that space. We do not have any current plans to do product placement in any movies. However, that doesn't mean that we won't. That just means that at this moment we don't have any plans to do that. The last two subjects are share buyback and share stuff and Europe stuff. Share buy information is pretty much no different than it's ever been. We are going to buy back our stock when we can. The new investment that you will see in the upcoming financials is significant. We now have over 15 employees in the Europe, Asia, Africa market that all have significant career paths. There are tremendous things happening on that side of the world. Unfortunately, my agreement with my partner on that side is that we won't announce more on the front side for the sake of sacrificing first to market. It's incredibly important for us to be first in market so that we don't have to fend off 1,000 other products in each different country. So I can tell you that over the next 3 to 6 months there are just absolutely amazing things happening. I fall short of giving you everything that is happening for the sake of protecting the brand and the integrity of the brand and the process that's going on in Europe, Asia, and Africa. We do expect to start moving product in the next 60 to 90 days. And again, this is a massive project. Ahmed and his team have done an absolute amazing job. I'll be visiting with him in the next 2 weeks. People have to remember that when you're launching a brand of anything, it's not a matter of just putting it in a box and shipping it to Europe or China or to the Philippines or India. There are language barriers, there are federal regulatory issues, there are trademark issues, there are shipping and logistic issues, there's tax and tariff issues. Every one of these things has to be done on an individual country-by-country basis after you have a contract with the distributor. At this point, we have 25 different attorneys working on trademark protections, and we have a whole team of people that all they do and have been doing is developing the right formulas. Unlike Red Bull or Monster, where they have 1 or 2 formulas for most of the world, we will have probably over 20 different formulas of our package, not our package, but our product. We'll have about over 20 different variables of the ingredients that make it function as a relaxation drink. This is very time consuming for me as I'm over all of these projects. I apologize again that I'm not as able as I wish I could be, but when you have 25 attorneys internationally and domestically every single day, phone calls and a million projects coming and going all day long. Back to, so in conclusion, there are amazing things happening in Europe, Asia, Africa. In the next few months, there'll be some announcements that are very significant, and in the forthcoming months beyond that, there will be even more announcements coming. Again, the primary objective that we've always had is the brand has to be successful, and we will always do what the brand needs to be successful. We don't want to be like a drink that comes and goes and it's gone. There's too many people working far too hard for far too long for us to just throw all of those cautions to the wind for the sake of putting some information out so that the non-believers can do what they do. There's no shortage of believers on this side or on the other side of the world in our products, and as you well know, our product continue to add Walmarts and Walgreens and retail stores. We have another chain coming on board with over 400 that we've signed, and they have over 5,000 in total. So we're very, very excited, and things are growing very, very fast, and we are staying very, very busy. And finally, the share count. As you all know that have been along for the ride for quite a time, the share count has continued to creep north, and of course, unfortunately, the shares and the ability to issue shares and clear debt with stock is part and parcel of how we've raised money to build this company from 3 people and an idea to international rollouts and 50 to 60 employees. I think we're extremely close to the end of the capitalization. We are working on several additional restricted stock options, and there are several smaller tranches of debt clearance that we're working on, but we're getting very close to it, and I feel 100% comfortable that probably in the next 3 to 4 months this whole process will be over, and we will start our progressive downturn as far as buying back the stock into the fall and winter of the months. And we hope to have an announcement of some sort in the next video, which I hope will be a little bit faster, probably in July or August, because a lot of this stuff is coming together as we speak. And we will start a progressive and very tedious buy down of the stock until we get back to a place where we're very comfortable, and then we'll have our discussions about uplisting or continue to buy back until our group of investors and our stock value continues to grow upwards. And at that point, have learned to be more inclined to listening to the shareholders that are still with us. For example, if we buy back 5 billion shares over the next 24 months, the likelihood is the share value will be very high, and the share quantity, the shareholder quantity will be much lower. And at that time, I'm going to probably be more engaged with the shareholders that we have that are willing to participate in sculpting the next steps of either uplisting or buying back even more. That's pretty much been always the plan, and unfortunately, because of the deteriorated stock value, the quantity has risen as the value has decreased. But as in anything that's a real company with real products, it will completely turn around and start going the opposite direction. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind, as demand for stock grows, the value will grow along with it, and this part of this journey will be over, and we will just continue to grow organically with products and sales and so forth. I hope I answered a lot of your questions. I do have to get back to work. It is incredibly busy, and I thank all the shareholders for their patience and for their many, many kind words, and for all our celebrities and friends in the industry. They've been amazingly patient with us in a lot of different aspects, and our employees and vendors alike. We couldn't do any of this without everyone being a part of it. This is a very big, big project that's getting bigger and bigger every single week. So again, thank you for being with us. I hope you stay invested, and I hope you have a great summer, and I hope you have some time to relax with KOMA Unwind. Thank you.